In a historic yet polarizing shift, Japan's ruling party has elected Sanae Takaichi, a hardline conservative and Abe loyalist, as its new leader, paving the way for the country's first female prime minister amid economic strain and political turmoil. Japan is set to make history. Its ruling Conservative Party, the Liberal Democratic Party, has elected Sanae Takaichi as its new leader, positioning the 64-year-old to be Japan's first female prime minister. Acknowledging the tough path ahead, Takaichi pledged to work for the country in her winning speech on October 4th.
Rather than being happy, I feel like the tough work starts here. All of us together have a ton of work to do. We have a lot of policies to execute speedily. I will keep my promises. We cannot rebuild unless we mobilize the full strength of every generation, with everyone participating. After all, our LDP lawmaker numbers are small. That means everyone must work. You will work like draft horses. I myself will throw away the very phrase, work-life balance. I will work and work and work and work and keep on working.
Takaichi further said that she wanted to maintain humility in her governance and take on international challenges.
To protect Japan's peace, we will strengthen like-minded cooperation based on the Japan-US alliance and lead a free and open Indo-Pacific. And because we are a nation with difficult issues and concerns, I will emphasize dialogue. We will approach diplomacy with such an attitude. I am determined to always put national interests first and lead the country with a sense of balance. Let us make the Japanese archipelago strong and prosperous and pass it on to the next generation.
Takaichi faces many challenges as the party's new leader, including uniting a struggling ruling party after a turbulent few years which saw it rocked by scandals and internal conflicts. She also has to contend with a sluggish economy and Japanese households struggling with relentless inflation and stagnant wages. She will also have to navigate a rocky US-Japan relationship and see through the tariff deal with the Trump administration agreed by the previous government. Earlier in September, Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba, whose term lasted just over a year, announced he would step down after a series of election defeats that saw the Liberal Democratic Party's LDP governing coalition lose its majority in both chambers of Parliament. Takaichi has been a long-time admirer of Britain's first female Prime Minister, Margaret Thatcher. She is now ever closer to fulfilling her Iron Lady ambition, but many women voters don't see her as an advocate for progress. Takaichi is a staunch conservative who's long opposed legislation allowing women to keep their maiden names after marriage, saying it is against tradition. She is also against same-sex marriage. A protégé of the late former leader Shinzo Abe, Takaichi has vowed to bring back his economic vision known as Abenomics, which involves high fiscal spending and cheap borrowing. The LDP veteran is hawkish on security and aims to revise Japan's pacifist constitution. She's also a regular visitor of the controversial Yasukuni Shrine, where Japan's war dead, including some convicted war criminals, are memorialized. She will likely be confirmed by Parliament, although not automatically like her predecessors, because the ruling party is in a much weaker position, now having lost its majority in both houses. Kazutaka Maeda, economist at Tokyo's Meiji Yasuda Research Institute, said that there is a lot of skepticism surrounding Takaichi's ability to manage the administration effectively.
During the leadership race, Takaichi toned down her more radical proposals, including withdrawing her earlier suggestion to cut the consumption tax. However, if she were to revive such proposals in response to demands from major opposition parties, it could lead to higher interest rates, a weaker yen, and accelerated inflation, developments that may not help restore public trust.
A vote in Parliament to choose the next Prime Minister is expected to be held on October 15th. The race to the party leader was between 5 powerful candidates: Conservative nationalist Sanae Takaichi and the more moderate Shinjiro Koizumi were the front-runners among the 5 candidates. Yoshimasa Hayashi, who is currently the Japanese government's top spokesperson, has also surged in public opinion polls. The LDP voted on 5 leadership candidates in the first round, with Takaichi securing 183 votes to Koizumi's 164. Yoshimasa Hayashi, the top spokesperson for the current Japanese government, came third with 134 votes after a recent surge in polls. Votes in the first round were divided evenly between 294 LDP lawmakers and almost 1 million rank-and-file party members who were represented by 295 votes. Lawmakers favoured the more moderate Koizumi, while party members preferred Takaichi, who has a passionate base. In the second round, lawmakers had the same number of votes while rank-and-file party members had 47, representing the 47 prefectures of Japan. Lawmakers in the second round voted 149 to 145 in favour of Takaichi, while party members gave her 36 votes compared with Koizumi's 11. Koizumi, the current agriculture minister and the son of former Prime Minister Junichiro Koizumi, would have been Japan's youngest leader since Hirobumi Ito, who was just a few months younger than Koizumi when he became the country's first Prime Minister in 1885. Takaichi is taking the reins of a troubled party. The country is rife with political instability, having cycled through 4 prime ministers in the last 5 years, all members of the Liberal Democratic Party, LDP. And while the LDP has ruled Japan almost continuously for the last 30 years, it's now in a precarious position, mired in scandal, widely unpopular, and abandoned by long-time supporters who have instead flocked to new right-wing parties. Japan's political volatility began after Shinzo Abe stepped down as Prime Minister in 2020. Since his tenure ended, the LDP has faced fallout over a slush fund scandal, an inflation surge, and a rightward political shift across the country. Meanwhile, anti-immigrant policies are gaining traction in Japan. It allows populists to vent their dissatisfaction on easy targets, appealing to more Japanese as they struggle with dwindling salaries, rising prices, and bleak future outlooks. The populist surge comes as Japan, a traditionally insular nation that values conformity and uniformity, sees a record surge of foreigners needed to bolster its shrinking workforce. With public trust low, inflation high, and her party weakened, Takaichi's leadership will test whether determination alone can rescue Japan from political paralysis. She inherits a divided party, a faltering economy, and a disillusioned public. Whether Takaichi's relentless work ethic can restore confidence or deepen Japan's political fatigue remains to be seen.